Guys, welcome to Mindset Performance Institute, and thanks for joining us today. I hope you're ready because we're about to begin a journey into your mind to help you figure out why you're not succeeding and how you can rewire your brain to become more productive, more efficient, more successful, stronger, and happier. Okay? So strap in because we're about to go over something that is vitally important to the process of changing your life. Actually, this is one of the most important things you'll ever do, and that's to challenge your own beliefs and transform your mindset. Okay. Now, starting out to properly understand this, I'm going to say people have opinions, they have belief systems, and they have convictions. Okay. There's a difference. An opinion, by definition, is a view or judgment formed about something not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. Okay. A belief system, by definition, is a set of principles or tenets which together form the basis of a religion, philosophy, or moral code. And finally, a conviction, by definition, is a strong belief or opinion, or the state of mind of a person who is sure that what he or she believes or says is true. That means a conviction is unshakable. Okay, it's like set in stone. Now, we've got all three of these, but it's the belief systems that are shaping your reality right now. They'll always influence the way you make decisions. Convictions will too, obviously, but you have less of those than you do beliefs. We'll get into more of that in another video, okay? So stay tuned. Now, moving on, the average person makes 35,000 decisions a day. But what if the beliefs that shape those decisions are holding you back? What if some of those 35,000 decisions each day are actually keeping you from being successful because your brain is hardwired with outdated or inaccurate belief systems that aren't serving you? The framework of your life is built by the definitions you put on the things and events in your life, and that is controlled by your belief systems and your convictions. Now, based on that, are you set up for success or failure? Let's take a look at how to challenge them, and in doing so, unlock your potential. Okay? Now, your beliefs are like lenses through which you see the world. They influence your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, and basically everything else about your behavior. But sometimes these beliefs are inaccurate. It's like an automatic prompt or a default setting that can happen without you even noticing. So what are beliefs really? Well, in my opinion, they are more like the filters of your own reality, okay? Beliefs are essentially assumptions that we hold to be true. They're like a filter on your own personal reality. So they can be about yourself, others, the world as a whole, or a group of people, something like that. Now, these beliefs shape your perspective of the experiences you have in your life and the importance you place on those experiences. In other words, how you define the experiences of your life to yourself. You will end up making decisions based on those definitions, okay? Now, what is the impact? What is the impact on your life? The impact of limiting beliefs is astronomical, okay? Imagine for a second someone who believes they just aren't a strong person, like emotionally, mentally, etc., things like that. This is a person that will never take chances because they won't have the resolve to see anything through that scares them too much. So how much does that limit their chances of becoming something much, much greater? Limiting beliefs stop you from trying new things. They stop you from taking risks, pursuing goals that are too big for small-minded people to understand, and you have to break through these invisible barriers, okay? So these limiting beliefs, they can stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or, comments from other people that we internalize. Like if someone made fun of you for being a fat kid, then, you may have internalized that, and now you form a belief that food is bad, and that can cause an unhealthy relationship with food and all kinds of other issues. That's just one example, but hopefully you're getting the point. Okay, it can have massive impact. Now, the trick. So how do you get rid of a limiting belief? First, you have to identify it, okay? It sounds obvious, but it may not be so apparent, okay? Sometimes you may not even know that it's there in the first place. So I would start by paying attention to your self-talk, okay? What do you tell yourself when you're faced with a challenge? Or how do you talk to yourself in your head when you're angry, especially? It's probably pretty bad. So isn't it funny that the little voice inside your head is the one that you can never get rid of, but it's almost always the one that we allow to be the most negative? Okay, it's the most negative voice in your life. If you are the voice you hear the most in your life, and that's true you are, then you should be your biggest fan, your most positive voice, your biggest supporter. But instead we talk the most shit and we say horrific things to ourselves, which is never a good idea. When you think or say something, that thought or word becomes a thing. and that thing can have power. You've heard the term words are like weapons, or, words have magic, and that's why it's called spelling, because the words are a spell. This is true. Protect your thoughts. You have to protect your thoughts at all costs, because your thoughts have power and they send off a vibration like a current of electricity. Your body is going to respond to that every single time. A good example are people who get stomach issues from stress. Okay. The body follows the mind, and when the body reacts, it sends a message back to your brain, amplifying that initial thought. The placebo effect is also a good example. And until you identify a limiting belief and change it, it's always going to be there, sending your decisions on a course that won't ever take you where you really want to go. Okay, it's a good idea to write down your self-talk. You might actually notice patterns or recurring themes, which, will help you further identify and challenge your limiting beliefs. And if you can't stand to write it down, then your self-talk is way too negative and needs to change right now. Okay, so step 1, pay attention to your self-talk. Ask yourself questions like, what do I believe about my abilities? What do I believe about money? What do I believe about success? Or what do I believe about relationships? This self-reflection can reveal a whole lot about the beliefs that are shaping your life. Okay, once you've identified a limiting belief, you got to challenge it. Okay, here's a simple method. First, ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Often you'll find that it's not. Okay, second, look for evidence that contradicts this belief. Okay, for example, if you believe money is the root of all evil, and I've heard people say this my whole life, and it's not true, of course, only broke people say this, then recall instances where money can help or has helped people. Okay, now, step 2. All right, finally, you got to replace the limiting belief. Okay, you got to replace it with a more empowering one. Let's say your limiting belief is relationships don't last, and you've contradicted the belief by acknowledging some real relationships that have lasted a lifetime. Now you replace it with, it hasn't happened for me yet, but it's a possibility it can happen for me too. Okay, this shift in perspective can open up new possibilities. Another powerful tool in challenging your beliefs is adopting a growth mindset. Okay, now coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, a growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. Okay, I fully 100% agree with this. Like, I believe in this so fully that you can bet there's going to be a full video on the topic coming up, so look for it. If any human has done something currently or in the past, then you can too. We all have the same capabilities, but different circumstances. So someone may be born with a talent to play basketball, but you don't have to be born with that ability to learn it and be great. Look at Michael Jordan, right? Okay, so what is the key to continuous improvement? With a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than threats. Okay, you embrace failures as learning experiences and stay resilient in the face of setbacks. Anyone can do this. It's just a matter of perspective. How are you looking at the situation? You've heard the term, there's a silver lining somewhere. That's true if you look for it. Remember, if you look for it, you're sure to find it, meaning that, you're going to find what you focus on. If you look for something to be wrong, you're going to find it. If you look for the opportunity in something, you're going to find that too. Okay, so look for the silver lining. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some practical everyday tips to challenge your beliefs and adopt a growth mindset. Okay. Number 1, surround yourself with positive influences. Engage with people who inspire and challenge you. Okay. Number 2, read and learn continuously. Expand your knowledge and expose yourself to different perspectives. Okay, yours isn't the only one. Number 3, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. Number 4, set achievable goals. Okay, break down big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Number 5, reflect regularly. Take time to reflect on your progress and adjust your beliefs accordingly. Okay, those 5 steps are going to help you daily, I promise you. So challenging your beliefs and mindset is a journey, guys. It's not a destination. Okay, it's about continuously evolving and growing into the best version of yourself. Remember, the only limits that exist are the ones that you're placing on yourself. Nobody can stop you but you. Okay, limits only exist in the mind, and remember, the body follows the mind. Believe you can, and you will. Action is key to the success, and your mindset must be solid before your brain's ever going to let your body move. So start challenging your beliefs right this minute. Okay, unlock your true potential. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Comment below with your thoughts on challenging beliefs. Let's continue this journey together, and I will see you in the next video.